Hi, Melissa here, and I'm really excited because today I'm taking part in a school-themed layout hop that's been organised by Megan Blethen. I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Megan, over at Facebook. And she started a Facebook group, and she was really keen to scrap photos of her kids starting school. And because I always have school photos lying around, even though it's not the beginning of school here in New Zealand, it's probably 2/3 of the way or 3/4 of the way through school, I thought I'm going to grab this opportunity to join in and get some of my photos scrapped. So I'm sharing a layout today, but the purpose of the Facebook group, and I'll have a link below, is to get your school photos scrapped and you can share them at any time in there. So if you're keen to join along, we'd all love to see what you've made. Here's a quick look at the page that I made, and because I've been really lacking in creativity lately, I decided to use the latest sketch over at Stuck Sketches. And if you follow along with me watching my videos, you know that I love a good sketch. So I'm using my August Hip Kit, and I'm just showing you the things that I pulled from it. I get a bit overwhelmed if I've got everything in front of me, so because I'm doing Sam, my son, it's his official school photo, I wanted to pull some items that were either boy items or would work for girls or boys. So that's what I was just showing you there. And I wanted to start by matting my photo on this really pretty vellum. It's just I guess it's clear vellum, slightly off-white vellum with gold dots on it, and the dots are irregular, and I don't even think they're actually circular, but anyway, that's what I've called it. So this piece of paper that I've used is from Pink Fresh Studio Happy Things collection, and a paper like that can be quite challenging in terms of how you work it into your design. And I've seen some amazing pages made where people have really made use of those triangles on the page, but I wanted them to kind of just blend into the background and be kind of an embellishment, but not a main feature. So I love this sketch because it had that horizontal element across the middle, and I wanted to use that other piece of Pink Fresh Studio paper. I think all of this paper is Pink Fresh, which is why it goes together so well. And because it's a school layout, it wouldn't be complete without a notebook edge, so I've just grabbed my Stampin' Up! Punch, and here I'm just roughing up the edges a bit, because sometimes I find that it doesn't always cut right to the edge, so I need to pull them apart. And I'm using my trusty double-sided tape. I found that's the cheapest form of adhesive here in New Zealand, and the sketch had showed a scallop, but I'm going with the notebook edge, and then I'm not really overthinking this layout. I'm actually making it while my she's nearly 17 months. She's just getting into a whole lot of stuff literally around me as I scrap, but I wanted to get this one done quickly and make the most of her sleeping to do some work. So sometimes it's worth letting her just get into a whole lot of stuff and make a mess, and then I can carry on and scrap. So the sketch also showed 3 photos, but I really wanted to use these cards, these cut aparts, and they're on a sheet that you could either keep as a whole piece or cut them apart, and I loved that these ones really suited Sam's personality. They say let the good times roll and happy, because he's a pretty happy boy, and I thought it would work well instead of 3 photos because this is a professional photo and I only had the one. So I'm just popping up each of the edges with some dimensional adhesive, and I knew that I wanted to add dimension to the entire back of that photo to make it really stand out from the rest, so I'm just using some of the leftovers from the Pop Dots. I think it's no, it's not American Crafts, I can't remember the brand, but anyway, it's from Spotlight here in New Zealand. So now I'm realising I better trim off the branding strip, because at this point I'm not sure what I'll be doing at the bottom, so always a good idea to get rid of that before you get too far. And I did want to use that Crepe Paper Wonder 4 cut apart card because he's in year 4 this year, but I found that the off-white didn't really work with the crisp white of this collection. So at this point I'm wanting to call my layout year 4, and those stickers are amazing. They're from Dear Lizzie, and I had a bit of trouble here with placing them because I didn't want to have any trapped space. So I thought that following the line of that card was the easiest way to do it, and then I added a hashtag because hashtags are cool. And here I'm just adding one of those Pink Fresh adhesive wood veneers, and I love those little ones. They are the perfect little accent to photos. And this is a camera, and it's from the Wonder collection. We got the ephemera in our August hip kit, and I thought it would be perfect to put down the bottom because this is an official photo. And I did try to work the deer head in, and I did consider putting it there, but I didn't want it to cover up the words on that card. So now I'm just going through that ephemera that I did pull from the Wonder collection and working out what's going to work best with this photo of Sam. I like that little ticket because it says child admission, and I thought that's quite good. He is still a child, although he thinks he isn't. He is 8, so he's definitely still a child. And that little card there, or little piece of ephemera, it's got a 4 on it, which I thought worked well with the F4, and it's perfect for my journaling because there's not really much to say about this photo. And I think I wrote something along the lines of, your official year 4 photo, big smile and big hair. And as many of you probably know, my husband is Sam's teacher, and so you'd think that I would know when school photos were coming up, but obviously I kind of paid attention that day, and Sam was in desperate need of a haircut, and there was no option, there was no time to get a haircut, so we had to roll with the big hair, and my husband spiked it up, and I love it. I mean, Sam goes through, as many of you with boys probably know, one day they've got short hair, the next day it's long, and it's time to get it cut again. But it doesn't bother me that it's long in this photo. It really shows his cute little personality anyway. Not that he would like me saying cute. Anyway, moving along. So I've tucked another piece of ephemera under that happy, or over the top of that happy card, and now I wanted to work in one of these rubber charms, and just trying to decide where to put it, and it will end up where I've got it there, but at the moment I'm unsure. I want to use it, so I've just sort of laid it gently on the layout, and I'll come back to it once I work out what I'm going to do. There were a couple of stars in the ephemera pack, and I wanted to get them down, and so I've just placed them there as well. And often I'll do that. I'll put things just on the layout so I don't forget to use them until I decide where I'm gonna go with it. And this layout I didn't plan at all, except that I had the sketch to guide me, which was really helpful. So it's quite good. Those charms are quite forgiving. If you put them down and don't press them too hard, you can pick them up and move them around. And I love that Just Be You puffy, so excuse me, that's going there. And I did hesitate a bit about putting a sticker directly on the photo, but I think that smile one is perfect. And so here I've decided that I want to add that star to the top of that card, and there's a pop dot directly underneath it, so I'm just being careful there just to staple that on. And okay, at this point I've decided not to use the hashtag at the top, and I wanted to have the word official because this is his official school photo. So I decided to go with hashtag official, and you'll see me just lay them out, these stickers. You've got to be careful when you pull them off, because if you bend them, you end up with the crease in them, because they're like foam foil. So the next shot skips ahead, and I find it really boring to watch myself stick down letters. So all it's going to say is hashtag official, and then I've put the word photo. And these are October afternoon stickers that came in last month's kit, and I've carried them across because they work really well and I've got a ton to use up. And then I'm off screen here, but I've decided to commit to putting that other star down, so I'm just stapling it on the top of the camera, and because I've added 2 staples, I want to go back up to the other star and add another staple so it matches. And then I just want to add a tiny little pop dot behind it just to lift it up, just to add a bit of dimension. So the sketch showed some kind of stitched circles, and on the top left of the card and also around that camera, but I've decided not to go with that because I think with the triangle scattering through it'll be too much. So here I've added the year, and then there's some stars, or I guess they're really asterisks, but I love them, and I've just added them to 3 areas on the layout, and I like the way that looks. And then I've got a little S for Sam, and I'm just deciding where to put it, and in the end I decide just to the right on that heart. And my final touch is to come in with some ink. I'm using my India ink. I haven't used it for a while. I've been really going through a colour shine phase at the moment. So just doing my favourite technique with a pen, just dropping it down. The sketch showed quite an area of mixed media, and I just wanted to have some of that. And at this point I also decide to go with some colour shine. And I absolutely love the way colour shine looks on a wood grain background. So I'm just randomly just adding some of that. And that's my final layout. I did come in after and add that little chipboard balloon because I couldn't leave well enough alone. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure you come and join us and check out the Facebook page. Bye.